Hello everybody, it's Will here. So today is the 11th of April. 3 weeks ago I actually got my bees, my Nuka bees that I had ordered, because my bees from last year didn't survive the winter. So I picked them up 3 weeks ago, installed them. I came by last week and inspected them and put the second super on there, the second brood box. And today I'm back for an inspection to see if they're using that box. I have some extra frames here. I'm hoping it's early enough to get them maybe to draw these out a little more. This one's partially drawn. Hopefully they'll finish that one off. I also have a medium box down here just in case I feel like I need more space on there. The reason why I haven't posted any videos this season so far is the day that I installed the bees 3 weeks ago. I had my camera on, had my voice recorder going, did the whole thing, and then realized that the battery on my camera was completely dead, so I didn't get any video. So then last week, had my voice recorder, had my camera on, the camera was turned on, I made sure the battery was good. When I thought I had pressed the record button, apparently I did not again. So last week I ended up again with just audio and no video of it. And to make matters worse, I have a sugar syrup on the Hive, and I bent down to pick it up to put it back on the Hive, and my voice recorder actually fell off and fell into the sugar syrup. And of course that did the voice recorder in. So here I'm back here this week. I just shooting with my GoPro only. Hopefully this audio is okay. I have it in a different case, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to go through this Hive and see how they're doing. They are exceptionally busy at the entrance here. It's just 50 degrees right now. Actually, what's my watch say? 54 now. 54 degrees. It's as hot as it's going to get. But the bees are flying in and out of the Hive like crazy. I do have the entrance reducer on. I have it down to the medium setting. I think I'm going to leave it that way for quite a while here, at least until we get into the summer months, or the population gets a little higher in the Hive. Last week when I was here, it was overcast. And I think most of the bees were in the Hive because all 10 frames had bee coverage the whole way across on that bottom box. I'm not expecting to see that today because so many of them are flying. But we'll see how it goes. Grab my stuff here. Pan and my smoker down. I'm using the pan because it's exceptionally dry right now, and I don't want to risk catching this dry grass on fire. So set this stuff down. Kind of watch the bees here, see what they're doing. Give them a little smoke, let them know I'm here. I did bring a little bit of sugar syrup with me, about a half a gallon. Reason being is they really didn't hit the feeder up last week, and I'm hoping there's more forage for them this week that I won't actually need to have the feeder on there at all. That's my hopes. Okay, so they know I'm here. Take the cover off. Set it aside here. My Hive tool. Yeah, and they hit the syrup some, but not a lot. The trick is going to be getting the box off, the feeder off. The syrup's still in it. And unlike last week, there's only 1 or 2 bees in the feeder. And look here, got coverage across all these frames up here. That makes me think that there's brood in here, which I'm hoping. Brood and eggs. So I'm going to put my frame hanger on here. I'm encouraged to see that. Look at all the bee coverage. Just make them down a little bit. Now when I pull the first frame out of the, when I pull a frame out to begin with out of the boxes, I tend to start on the second frame here. This second frame, because I feel like I'm not going to crush bees. I always worry that if I pull this first one, I'm going to roll them against the side of the box. So I'm going to free up this frame a little bit, set that to the side, and find my frame puller. Yeah. Slowly lift this frame up. Okay. Frame puller to the side. Take a look at this frame. Got old syrup in there, sugar syrup. I can tell you see how it's crystallized there. That looks like nectar and some pollen that they're storing in there. So that's good. Looking for the queen on the off chance that she's on this frame. Nope. I'll set this on my frame holder. Take a look at this first frame. And that's getting full. Got a little capped honey there. And there. That one is full. I got a little bit of ridge comb going on over here, so I'm going to clean that off. I don't want that going on. I'm going to hang this one on the hanger too. That'll give me plenty of room in the box to work. So this frame has a fair bit of bee coverage on it. So I might be actually getting into some brood over here. We'll see. So it looks like nectar. Oh no, there's some young brood in here. If you look down here, it's open brood. Fairly young open brood. The rest looks like nectar. Got some closed brood here a little bit. Okay. From the looks of this, I think I am going to add that medium. Capped honey there. Looks like all nectar in this frame. Got a little bit of drone, I can see. Trying to see what's down in these cells is hard. Looks like nectar. Looks like they may be cleaning these cells up. There's the queen. Queen's right here. I don't know if you can see her. So that's good news. And it does look like there's eggs on the bottom of some of them cells. So she's doing her thing. Put that back in. Actually, I'm gonna pull this again. Okay, check on this hive. This frame, I mean. Looks they're getting it ready for her to lay. I'm having a hard time telling if there's eggs in there, but you can see there's food all up in this ring, and then this area here is open for laying. So we got this frame. Looks like they're working on drawing it, which is good. This frame's pretty heavy. Fair bit of drone on there. Full of nectar. Same with that side. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick peek at this frame, get this box buttoned up. I do want to look at the bottom box because I haven't seen a whole lot of eggs down here or brood. Okay, they're working on that one. This is the one I saw the queen on. Or is it the next one? Kind of want to find her again because I want to make sure she's in this box when I move it. She moved on. Check. Way back. Wondering if she went down into the bottom box. We'll kind of find out here when one boiling out of there. So I think she went down to the bottom box. You can kind of tell they kind of boiled out, see how they're fanning, and they got loud, which usually tells you she's not in that box. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna crack these two apart. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift this box and set it on that lid. And just as I did that, I did catch sight of the queen crawling down in here out of the corner of my eye. So she's at the bottom box. Looks like they ate up all the pollen patty almost. I didn't bring one with me, I should have. You see what's left of it here. So I'll have to maybe bring some pollen with me the next time I'm by the hive here. I might actually make a special trip this week, during the week, just to drop pollen in there. Again, I'm loosening the frames. A few bees that are getting a little testy here. Now watch, I'm gonna walk off here and see how persistent they are. And they left me. So I'm getting a little better about this. Those of you who don't know, I started beekeeping because I was scared to death of bees. I used to literally run away from them. And even when even the first couple years, this is my third year of beekeeping, sometimes I would freak out if they started buzzing me too bad and I'd scamper off. At least this time I didn't scamper off. I kind of walked back. But literally you get back from the hive on a day like this and they back right off. I got loads of pollen and nectar in this one. Still worried because I'm not seeing a lot of brood. Got some drone brood down there, that's good. Down at the bottom. Down here. Cap brood. Eggs and young larvae, so good. So she is laying in this frame. There's the queen again. So I knew she moved down. Alright. Might take a look at a frame or two, and then I'm gonna maybe button this up a little bit. I don't want to. Cap brood there. Bunch cap brood there. So I definitely not need to get bringing pollen in, but I don't know if it's enough. I probably want to bring a patty by. Okay, this has older larvae in it, some eggs, some pollen over here. Pollen over there. Looks like eggs on this side. Yep, eggs. Eggs are right in here. It's hard to see. You gotta look at just the right angle in the sun. They're smaller than they're about a third of the size of a grain of rice, if not smaller. Okay, this will be the last frame I look at here. Okay, more drone brood there at the bottom. Like mainly getting ready for storing food. Kind of expect to see that in this frame too. Yep, that's all cap brood. Holy smokes. Drone over here. Some of it's emerged and they're cleaning it out for more. Holy smokes, that's covered in drawn comb too, or cap brood. Alright, since I'm seeing that there, I'm going to go one more. Cap brood on this side too. In there. Now that makes me want to look at this end frame. So she has, the nest goes from here to here so far. And that's where the brood stops. All right, so I'll put this box back together. Clean off a little bit of propolis on these rails. Just to give myself some room to work in the box. They glue these sides up, and then it makes it hard to get the frames back together. Okay. Again, you see how I have a bunch buzzing me. I'm going to walk away here. And they all left me. So they're not too perturbed. If later in the fall, they'd follow me down the trail there. Okay. Okay, so that box is back together. And you see these guys are still milling about here, not being too bad. So that medium box I have on the wagon over there doesn't have any drawn comb on it. So I think I'm going to put that on now, and hopefully they'll get started drawing it. And then I'll come back this week and put some pollen patties in for them. So I'll put this box back on. Okay. Now I'm going to go get that medium box. From the looks of it, I don't need these right now, these frames. And I don't need this spare lid because I'm going to put the feeder back on. The reason why I don't have this feeder on is because it has this ventilation notch here. And I'll use that as an entrance and actually get into the hive top feeder and drown themselves. So I have the lid I'm using now doesn't have a notch in it, so they can't drown themselves as easily. So put this on here. Hopefully they'll be encouraged to draw this box out. You can see they're just empty foundation frames. I don't like how much these frames, I don't like how much extra space is on the sides though. So we're gonna keep it like that. And then hopefully they'll come up here, start drawing this out. I'm not putting a queen excluder on right now because I don't want to discourage them from coming up and drawing out the comb. So the next thing that needs to go on is the feeder. And I'm still going to keep this on. And as always, there's a bee that drowned itself, or trying to. Put it at the entrance. There's another one. And I'm going to go get that half gallon of sugar syrup and put it in there. fill it up higher, but I'm not going to. Okay, I'll put this lid on. Put the telescoping lid on. Got my tools here. And that should be it. You can see the bees I pulled out of the feeder, they're cleaning them up now. So they should be okay. And I'm still seeing bees coming in with this, with a decent amount of pollen. So that should be it for this week. I'll have to come back, like I said, and put a pollen patty on, or two, just to hold them off until the pollen really starts coming in. I'm hoping that they draw this comb out here in this box and then start moving everything up to it, so the queen can start laying more in this box. I didn't see a whole lot of laying going in this one, but there's quite a bit of capped brood in that bottom box. So that should be it. Hopefully I can get over my technical difficulties I've had the last few weeks and maybe get another video out next week for you guys. So until then, guys, have a great week. Please stay safe with the COVID-19 pandemic that's going on. You know, try to stay isolated. As you can see here, I'm pretty isolated where I'm at right now, so I don't have to worry about wearing my face mask. All right, you guys take care, and I'll see you next week.